AI is popping up absolutely everywhere. But when we talk about medicine, well, the stakes are just infinitely higher. We're not just worried about replacing jobs here, we're talking about real patient outcomes. So the big question on everyone's mind is this: is AI going to be our greatest assistant, or could it become a really dangerous crutch? Let's get into it. And that really is the core dilemma, isn't it? Will this new tech be the tool that makes us even sharper, more effective clinicians? Or is it going to become a kind of cognitive crutch, something that lets our hard-earned skills just, fade away? That's the tightrope we're all about to walk. And today, we're going to unpack exactly what that means. So first things first, why are we even talking about AI in medicine? I mean, this isn't just about chasing the latest shiny tech. It's actually a direct response to a very, very real problem: the crippling cognitive overload that doctors and nurses are facing every single day. Okay, think for a second about how your brain works. You see a patient with classic signs of anaphylaxis. Your brain just instantly knows what to do, right? That's your system one thinking. It's fast, it's intuitive. But then you get a really complex case with all these conflicting lab results. You've got to slow down, analyze everything, connect the dots. That's your deliberate system two. The problem is, modern medicine is pushing our fast, intuitive system one way past its breaking point. And here's what that looks like in the real world, especially in a place like the ICU. We are just drowning. It's this constant fire hose of EHR alerts pinging all day, a nonstop deluge of lab values coming in, and just mountains of clinical notes to get through. Our brains, as amazing as they are, they just weren't built for this kind of sustained information assault. And the result of all that overload? Well, it's a big one. It's a major, major driver of diagnostic errors. And let's be clear, this isn't happening because clinicians aren't skilled enough. It's happening because they're being forced to manage a frankly impossible amount of data. So, what's the proposed solution to all this? Well, it's a concept called augmented intelligence. And trust me, that word augmented is the most important part of the phrase. See, the goal here isn't to replace the clinician. Not at all. It's to enhance their abilities. Just imagine an AI that can sift through a patient's entire massive history in seconds and just give you the key points. Or one that generates a list of potential differential diagnoses, kind of nudging you and saying, hey, have you considered this rare condition? It's all about offloading that mental grunt work so you can focus on the real, high-level clinical thinking. The absolute best way to think about this is with an analogy we all know and love: the stethoscope. A stethoscope doesn't make the diagnosis for you, right? It just gives you more information to work with. You are still the one interpreting the sounds. You are still in control, and you, the clinician, are always the final authority. And look, this isn't just some far-off theory. Clinicians are already on board. A recent survey found that a whopping 80% of doctors think AI could be a total game changer for handling all that administrative junk. The billing codes, the clinical notes. And just think about that for a second. Every single minute saved on paperwork is a minute you get back with your patients. But as clinicians, we're trained to be skeptical, and for pretty good reason. This technology is not a magic bullet. It is absolutely a double-edged sword. And while it offers some amazing solutions, it also brings a whole new set of dangers to the table. So what are these hidden dangers we need to watch out for? Well, there's something called automation bias. What happens when we start trusting the machine's answer more than our own clinical gut? What about hallucinations, where the AI just confidently makes stuff up? And are we sure it's not just going to amplify the societal biases that are already baked into our medical data? And maybe the most critical question of all: if trainees rely on this too much, how will they ever develop their own clinical judgment? And that right there is the central paradox. The very same tool that's designed to help you to reduce your cognitive load could, if you're not super careful, end up eroding your own ability to think critically. The line between assistance and dependence is just dangerously thin. So let's be real. The question isn't if we should use AI. It's already here. The real question is, how do we use it responsibly? What's the path forward? How do we make sure we stay in the driver's seats? The good news is you don't need to be a coder to do this right. You just need a solid framework. So rule number 1, learn the basics of what's called prompt engineering. It's basically just learning how to ask the AI the right questions to get the best results. Number 2, treat the AI like a bright but kind of naive medical student. Don't just ask for the answer, make it show you its reasoning. And number 3, And this is the golden rule: never, ever accept a black box. If the AI can't explain its logic to you, its output is clinically useless, period. Because at the end of the day, it all comes down to this. You are the clinician. You are the ultimate authority, and you are the final human fail-safe in this entire system. Which brings us right back to where we started. Is this new technology truly the stethoscope of our generation? A tool that's going to amplify our skills to incredible new heights? Or is it a Trojan horse, just quietly waiting to erode our clinical judgment from the inside out? Ultimately, the answer to that question, it depends entirely on us. It depends on how we choose to engage with these powerful new tools. So the takeaway is simple, but it is so important. Trust the tool's potential, but always verify its output. And no matter what happens, always, always stay in the driver's seat.